In October of 2012, a month after the end of the party conventions and a month before the election day that would determine which man, Barack Obama or Mitt Romney, would lead the nation as the next president, there was a gathering of political leaders from the right to the left on Wall Street in New York. Now, what would bring together the Treasury Secretary and Secretary of State for former Presidents Nixon, for Reagan, George Shultz, the Chief Economic Advisor to President Clinton, Rob Shapiro, the Budget Director for President Reagan, David Stockman, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and an array of leaders from labor, from corporations, from politics together for this discussion in advance of an election that neither side was sure it was going to win or lose. The reason was that America's two parties and its two great political movements, the progressives and the conservatives, are engaged in an angry divorce. They are each determined that they will inherit the nation that follows some kind of transformative political revolution, and determined that that nation will be either all red or all blue in political orientation. This battle that seems to be between the left and the right is actually a different kind of battle, and that's a battle between the past and the future. And both the left and the right are caught up in the wrong side of that battle. The past is clearly in control of where we are politically right now. Progressives and conservatives can each be gamed, can each be played by vested interest groups in the political process to keep the system gridlocked and prevent change from happening. Do you need progressive support for a cause? Well, the way to get it is to build a narrative that crafts the issue as one of justice against oppressive corporations. Do you need conservatives to support the position of a vested interest? Well, there you craft the narrative about freedom from oppressive government. These two narratives are powerful, and they have motivated folks on both the left and the right to take positions that are primarily about protecting the past, not about building for the future. Now, the big secret in this is that vested interests, all of the vested interests on each side, are legitimate. The vast majority of them are good and worthy, and the people who are part of them are important parts of the future. But all of these vested interests, of which we all are part, have a stake in protecting some sliver of the past that prevents us all from moving forward. All these interest groups, all these vested interests, were in fact present and represented at that meeting. Labor, corporations, politicians from all sides. And they were all there to talk about their common interest in moving beyond their individual narrow special interests in protecting that past. That's what the UnConvention was about. The UnConvention was a quiet opportunity for reasoned discussion between folks on the right and the left to move forward. Because everyone knows that if you step only right, you go around in circles. If you step only left, you go around in circles. But if you step right and left, you have the opportunity to move forward. I would like to invite you to listen to some of the discussions at the UnConvention and join in this dialogue as we seek to move America not backwards and not to the side, but to break the deadlock and move the nation forward. And we'll appreciate your comments in response.